Welcome back to Go Figure. Today we're on lesson 52 of Saxon Algebra Half, Fractions and Symbols of Inclusion. Please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thanks. Here's a quick warm-up problem. Go ahead and simplify this expression that includes symbols of inclusion. Pause the video and then press start when you're ready to check your answer. Okay, so we always want to start with our innermost parentheses, and then work from left to right. So we have 15 minus 3 is 12. 2 plus 3 is 5. Then we subtract 15. I'm going to record the rest of this expression without any changes. Okay, now we have 12 times 5, which is 60. Minus 15, then our brackets, plus 2. Then we have 60 minus 15, 45 plus 2, which is 47. Our learning objectives today are to simplify expressions that contain fractions or mixed numbers within symbols of inclusion. All right, so you'll remember that we've looked at parentheses and brackets and as symbols of inclusion, and sometimes you'll even see braces, which look kind of like a squiggly line like that, but mostly we're just dealing with parentheses and brackets. And then our order of operations, we always want to start with the innermost symbols of inclusion and then just work your way out. And when we're including fractions and mixed numbers, we just want to use the rules of fractions that we've already learned. Like if you're adding or subtracting, you want to have common denominator. And when you're multiplying, the best rule of thumb is to cancel if you can, just to keep things simple. So keep that in mind as we work through this example. So here we have parentheses. We want to start there. And we notice that we have different denominators. The common denominator here would be 8. So to simplify, we'll start by recording our 1/3 and a parenthesis. 3 1/4 would be 3 2/8. Then minus the 1/8. Keep our parenthesis and then add 1/48. Okay, and then we can go ahead and subtract these now. So 3 2/8 minus 1/8 would leave us with 3 1/8. And add the 1/48. And now we want to change this mixed number into an improper fraction so that we can multiply. So the 1/3 here, and then this would give us 25/8. Plus 1/48. Okay, and then we can multiply these two fractions. Don't see any cancellation that we can do. So we have 25/24. And then plus 1/48. Then to add these two fractions, we again need a common denominator, which would be 48 here. So then we have 50/48 plus 1/48. Which simplifies to 51/48. And we can simplify this if we factor 3 out of both the numerator and denominator. When we do that, we get 17/16. And there's our final answer. So notice that when we go through these, you want to keep writing down all the pieces of the expression And I know it can seem like a lot, but it just keeps things neat, and it makes sure that we don't miss anything, don't forget anything. So just keep writing down the steps as you go, changing one piece at a time to get to a final simplified answer. So here are your two practice problems. Go ahead and pause the video or work them out for yourself, and then press start when you're ready to check your answers. Okay, our first one here, we have brackets and then two sets of parentheses inside the brackets. So we're going to keep this 3/4 the same, write our brackets, and we need a common denominator between the 5 and 2. Notice we don't need common denominators between all of these fractions. Let's just work with one set at a time. So here our common denominator is 10. So that would give us 8/10 minus 5/10. And I should put another set of parentheses in there. Okay, and then we'll look at the second set of parentheses. Our common denominator is 6. So get my parentheses again. 1/6 plus 2/6. Parenthesis and bracket. Okay, now we can simplify here. So keep our 3/4 bracket. 8/10 minus 5/10 is 3/10. And then our plus sign here, and then 1/6 plus 2/6 equals 3/6. Okay, and now we need a common denominator between our 10 and 6, which would be 30. So here's our 3/4. And then with a denominator of 30, that would make this 9/30 plus 15/30. Okay, and we add those together, we get 24/30. And before we multiply these two fractions, we could simplify this. We could actually factor 6 out of the 24 and the 30 to just make that a simpler, smaller number to work with. So we'll keep the 3/4, and then this would simplify to 4/5. And now it's much easier to multiply, and we can actually do some cancellation with those 4s. Those both become 1s. Now we have 3 times 1 over 1 times 5. So there's our final answer, 3/5. All right, our second problem. Inside of parentheses, common denominator would be 14. So let's change those fractions. 2 1/2 would be 2 7/14. Minus 1/7 would be 2/14. Our parenthesis plus 1/28. And then we can subtract. 2 7/14 minus 2/14 is going to be 2 5/14. Plus 1/28. And then let's change this mixed number into a fraction, or into an improper fraction. So 14 times 2 is 28 plus 5, that's 33. So 33/14 plus 1/28. And now we need to multiply these fractions. There's no cancellation that we can do. So that's going to give us 33/56 plus 1/28. All right, and then a common denominator here would be 56 if we multiply the 1 over 28 by 2 over 2. So we'll have 33 over 56 plus 2 over 56 to get 35 over 56. And then hopefully you notice this can be simplified as well. We can factor out a 7 from both the numerator and denominator. When we do that, we get 5 over 8. So final answer, 5/8. All right, that's all for today. So go ahead and do problem set 52 and read lesson 53 in your textbook. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks, have a good day, and we'll see you next time.